لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ثم أما بعد. We are in the third episode of Hajj and Umrah ruling, and we're gonna recap what we mentioned before and then we go forward, inshallah. First, we explained that Hajj is a compulsory on every person who has the ability. And the meaning of ability is health ability and physical ability, and as well as financial ability. And one opinion of the scholar for the woman to have the mahrim means that one of her relatives can travel with her as a mahrim, like her brother, her uncle, her father, of course, her husband. However, the scholar mentioned that in case of the Hajj al-Farida or the compulsory Hajj, if she traveled with a secure companions and safe trip, in this case, she can travel without mahram. So al-Hajj is a compulsory on every person with a condition. And also the Umrah. The majority of the scholars explain that the Umrah is not compulsory. However, there are some opinions, especially Abdullah ibn Abbas said, هي قرينة الحج. It is a companion of the Hajj, because Allah says in the Quran, وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةِ, complete and Hajj and Umrah. However, the scholar explained that this does not mean combination means the same rule. And the majority of the scholars said that the Umrah is voluntary, not compulsory. And we explained that before you start the journey of the Hajj, you need to do something. First, you need to have sincerity. Why you are traveling for this journey is to have a title Hajji, to show off yourself. You need to have a sincere intention that you do that for Allah, to fulfill the requirement of a Muslim. حديث من عبد الله بن عمر أنه قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بني الإسلام على 5: شهادة أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمدا رسول الله وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة والحج وصوم رمضان. Abdullah ibn Umar narrated that Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم said, the Islam is based on 5. Testifying there is no God but Allah and Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم is a messenger of Allah, to establish Salah and to pay zakah and to do the Hajj and fasting from Ramadan. So as you can see, these 5 pillars is a Hajj. Umrah not there, so Hajj is compulsory and Umrah is voluntary. So the first thing, you need to have ikhlas, why you are doing this Hajj. Second, you need to ask forgiveness for anyone you hurt him or anyone you consume his wealth unlawfully. And if you hold, for example, the inheritance of your sister and don't distribute it, this is very important to release before you go to Hajj. If you steal something from someone, return it to him. If you do something wrong to the other, please ask them forgiveness before you go. This is the second thing before you go to Hajj. Then you need to select the good companions in this trip, because always the friend or the companions help you either in the righteous way or the evil way. So select who you are going with. And then also, before you go to Hajj, you need to take your need during the journey. Take the food that you need, take the money that you need. It has been narrated, but it is a mursal, one of the weak hadith class, that people of Yemen used to go to Hajj without taking any food or any preparation for Hajj. And they said, we have tawakkul, we have dependence on Allah. So we travel without anything. And when they arrive there, they ask people to give them food. And Allah revealed Quran, وَتَزَوَّدُوا فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى. So take your provision and the best thing that you can take it is fairness from Allah Azza wa Jalla. So you need to prepare yourself by taking enough money for you and enough food, enough dress, or everything. Then also you need to make sure that the money that you travel with is halal money. Don't take haram money to travel with it. Because Allah tayyib, Allah is a good. He not accept the good. إن الله طيب لا يقبل إلا طيبا. So this is the first thing you need to do before you go to Hajj. Then we explained that we have three types of Hajj. Depends on the combination of Hajj and Umrah or Hajj alone. So far we have first Hajj Qiran. Qiran means combination. Qiran, you combine Hajj and Umrah in one travel without breaking the condition of Ihram. And we explain what is the meaning of Ihram later. So you start your Ihram and you did your Umrah, and then you still keep your Ihram until the Hajj, and after you finish the Hajj, you can remove your Ihram. This is called Qiran or combination. The second type is if you have Hajj and Umrah in one travel, but you have a break in between. We call this tamattu', enjoying tamattu'. You enjoy the time between Umrah and Hajj by having a normal life. And then we have the third type of Hajj is called Ifrad, single. You have Hajj only, no combination with Umrah. So there are three types of Hajj. Qiran means you combine the Hajj and Umrah without breaking the Ihram. And then Ifrad, alone Hajj, and Tamattu' Hajj and Umrah, but you break your Ihram and you stay normal life until the Hajj starts. Right. Then what you need to do before you enter the status of Ihram. Before the entrance process of Ihram, we need to explain what is the meaning of Ihram. Ihram is to make the intention to perform Hajj and or Umrah while in the specified clothes for men and avoiding certain prohibition for both men and women. This is the meaning of Ihram. Haram for the word haram, prohibition. So you have to prohibit something on yourself. We explain that. And before you enter Ihram, you need to do it from a place called the Miqat, Al-Mawaqit. So you need to have Ihram. So the Miqat is the place from which Ihram must be assumed for Umrah or Hajj. There are 5 places you need to start your Ihram before you exceed these 5 places. First one for the people of the Medina, and the one after them, like from North Africa, Egypt, all that. You have to do that before the place called Dhul Hulayfa. Dhul Hulayfa. It's called now Abyar Ali. Abyar, the wells of Ali. And for the people who are coming from Sham, Syria, Jordan, and any country top of them, they need to go Al-Juhfa or Rabi'. And also we have Qarn al-Manazil for the people coming from the east of Saudi Arabia. So any country east to Saudi Arabia should reach this point, or should not exceed this point without starting the Ihram. And for us in Australia, we're traveling from the south towards Mecca. So you need to start your Ihram from a place called Yalamlam, near Yemen. I can show you the map. As you can see, this is the Mecca. If you travel from the south, you need to do Ihram before you reach Yemen, Yalamlam. If you travel from the north, Al-Juhfa. If you travel from the east, Qarn al-Manazil. If you travel for Iraq and upward, you have what's called Data Iraq. So there are 5 places as you can see, you need to start your ihram before, but most commonly for Australian, you do it from Yalamlam in Yemen. What's the name? Yalamlam, where in Yemen. Right. If you travel from Australia by airplane, you can wear your ihram normally, but you don't start ihram until you reach this point. And in the airplane, the staff there will inform the people. Now we are on the place of ihram, so start your talbiyah. We explain what talbiyah, and start your ihram. Before you start the states of ihram, there is some sunan. Some sunan you can do it or not do it. But sunnah means that if you do it, you will take reward. If you're not doing, nothing to you. First, ibtisal, to have shower before you're wearing your clothes of ihram, and before you ihram, or if you are in a miqat, before you exceed this miqat, one of the sunnah is to take shower. But what about if I'm in an airplane? So take shower in your home and wear your clothes, but once you reach the point in the airplane, say talbiyah, as we said. It has been narrated by Abdullah ibn Umar, he said, من السنة أن يغتسل الرجل إذا أراد أن يحرم. From the sunnah, for a man, for a woman, to have ghusl, to have shower, if he or she wants to start ihram, means start umrah or hajj. Also, before you start ihram, put perfume. But this for male only, because women, it is not recommended for her to put perfume and go to street. So after the shower, you put perfume, because once you start ihram, it's prohibited to add perfume. There is some limitation of certain types of perfumes. Even you cannot add it before you start ihram. This perfume comes from saffron. Saffron is a special colored perfume. So, because one Sahabi came to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and he put some saffrons on his body and his hair before he wearing ihram, and when he came to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he smelled this perfume and he asked him to wash even after ihram. Yes, even after ihram. This only for saffron, but any other perfume, not a problem to keep the smell or the odor of this fragrance even after ihram. So first take shower, second put perfume, and then one of the sunnah, but the scholar said there is no specific hadith mentioned it is sunnah, but you can do it, is to pray 2 rak'ah. Because when you do ihram, you make shower. When you do ghusl, you have wudu. So make it as a sunnah of wudu. So pray 2 rak'ah. And then you need to now start your talbiyah once you reach the miqat. Suppose if you are in the miqat, you land there or you stay there and take shower there and put the perfume there and wear the ihram there and then start talbiyah. But because you're traveling from a far place, so you do that before you travel, before you go to the airport, and then once you in a line or in a place where the ihram start your intention to have umrah or hajj. Also, one of the sunnah that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is to talbid al-sha'r, means you combine the hairs together by adding like a wax. So why? Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, as we explained last time, he traveled on the 25th of Dhul Qa'dah from Al-Madinah and arrived on the 4th of Dhul Hijjah to Mecca, about 9 days. So a long distance with the wind and sand and dust. So he put some like waxes in his hair to avoid what's called contamination with the dust. So this also sunnah. If you can do it, it's okay, but if not, not a problem. Then After you do that, after you take shower, after you put perfume for brothers only, and then if you want to combine hair together with the wax and pray to rak'ah, then you ready for start ihram. But where? On the miqat. And if you exceed the spot of the miqat, the scholar said you need to compensate that by either fasting 3 days or slaughter an animal like goat, sheep, cow, or to feed 6 poor needy persons in Mecca, each one half sa'. Half sa' is for rice. The sa' is 4 mud. So one sa' is about 3 kilogram of rice. So half is about 1.5 rice. So you can, and we mentioned that the mud is the handful amount. If you put your hand or you fill your hand with rice, this one mud. Sa' is how many mud? 4. So half sa' is 2 mud. So if you fill your hand twice with rice, this is equal for one person. So you need at least 12 handful of rice. If you exceed the point of miqat. This is very important, especially for someone who traveling illegally to do Hajj. Because on the spot of entrance of the miqat, they will check the people who is wearing ihram or not. And if you are traveling illegally without visa or that, something like that, so the people used to do to wear normal clothes, and then when they pass this police stop, they now take their ihram on. They put ihram. In this case, they need to, the Umrah or Hajj is valid. Not, it's different between the condition of the Hajj and Umrah and between if you enter illegally the Mecca. But the Umrah is valid if you fulfill the pillars of the Umrah and the Hajj. But you need, in this case, to compensate for this break by either feeding 6 poor person or slaughter an animal or fast 3 days in Mecca. Either one of these three. So you need to start your ihram before you exceed the miqat, otherwise we need to compensate that. The very important condition, you can do it, which is some people afraid that something happened for them during the Hajj, they are sick or something happened and they stop the Hajj. And in fiqh, if you do not complete the Hajj or Umrah, you have to slaughter an animal. So you do a condition in your ihram by saying Mahalli haythu habastani, means my releasing of my ihram from where I have been stopped. So it's happened if someone stop you to enter Mecca and you have an ihram. Are you staying with ihram forever? You need to break your ihram. But if you do this condition, you can take your ihram normal. But if you don't say that when you start your ihram, you need to slaughter an animal. So this also condition you can add it before you start the ihram, that by saying, "Oh Allah, my releasing from ihram, from where I stopped, and from where someone stopped me to enter Mecca, for example."
For example, if you are doing Hajj and we have to compensate, we've done something wrong, can the sacrifice animal be done where we come from, like all my family, and say this is.
I got your point. Actually, slaughtering the animal to compensate the breaking of ihram is one of the opinion of the scholars without having a hadith connected to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They take it from a general ayah, "Inna al-hasanat yudhibna al-sayyi'at." Indeed, the good deeds remove the bad deeds. So you did a bad deeds by do not start your ihram from this point. So in order to compensate that, you need to do something good. So you have to either slaughter a cow or animal good or fasting or feeding. you can do it at any place. At any place, not a problem.
And it has to be done at that time, no? Right away.
If you have the ability to do it, it's best time. But if you don't have money, you can do it when you return to. Yeah. Then, after you take shower, put perfume for male only, and then connect your hair with a wax, pray 2 rak'ah of wudu, and then you do condition that if someone stopped me to complete the Hajj, I release my ihram on spot. This to avoid compensation, if he said that. So, once you start ihram, or before you start ihram, you say Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his journey started from Medina and he traveled toward Mecca. And last time we explained there are 2 stops between Mecca and Medina. One next to Medina on Dhul Hulayfa, there's a masjid there called the Tree Masjid, Masjid al-Shajara, and one closer to Mecca, في الوادي المبارك, وادي العقوق, the blessed valley, there are masjid here as well. So before he traveled to Mecca, he prayed Dhuhr 4 rak'ah in Medina. And then when he reached Dhul Hulayfa, remember we mentioned if you're traveling from Medina, your miqat is Dhul Hulayfa. Okay? So he prayed there 2 rak'ah because he is now in travel. So make Asr 2 rak'ah. And then before he start his ihram, he say Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar. Then he start his ihram or his Hajj and Umrah. What he said, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we have now 3 options. Either you start Hajj only, or Hajj and Umrah without break, or Hajj and Umrah with break. So you start by saying Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, Labbaik la sharika laka Labbaik, Innal hamda wal ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika laka Labbaik. Then you say Labbaik Allahumma Hajj. Oh Allah, here I am for Hajj. If you do Hajj alone. Or Labbaik Allahumma bihajjin fi Umrah. Oh Allah, here I am for Hajj and Umrah together. Or Labbaik Allahumma Umrah, only Umrah. Why? If you have Hajj and Umrah in one journey and you break in between, you start Umrah first. So you say Labbaik Allahumma, here I am Allah for Umrah. And finish Umrah and take your ihram and wait to Hajj and then start Hajj and you say Labbaik Allahumma Hajj. Oh Allah, here I am for Hajj. Understand? So Prophet Muhammad sallam, he traveled from Medina and he bring with him the animals, 63 animals properly. And because he had the animal with him, the sacrifice animal, it is requirement for this condition to have it Hajj and Umrah without break. So if you talk with in your bags in an airplane, a cow, you can do that, but we cannot allow it to travel with the animal from Australia. So in this case, you cannot do that. You can do this type of Hajj, because this type of Hajj, you need to bring your animal with you from your country. Can we do that? No. So in this case, you can't do that. You cannot do that. Who can do that? If you are living in Saudi Arabia, you can do that. But Prophet Muhammad sallam, because he brings the Hadi, by the way, we need to explain the difference between these words. We have Udhiyah, Qurban, as you can say. We have Hadi, and we have Aqiqah, and we have Nusuk, or Dam, blood. What is the difference? Right. Aqiqah, I think you know what's the meaning of Aqiqah. For a boy, if Allah grants you the boy, you slaughter 2 goats or 2 sheep, either cooked or distributed uncooked. For the girls, 1. or you can share in a cow, 2 share if in the case of boy, or 1 share in case of girls, cow or camel. This aqiqah, and all of you know aqiqah. طيب, what about walima? Walima actually is a special food prepared for nikah, for marriage. If someone married, he need to do walima by slaughter animal and feed the people as a kind of thanks Allah Azza wa Jalla for nikah. And then we have udhiyah, qurbani. As you can see, most people call it qurbani. Udhiyah is one of the sunnah mu'akkada, confirmed sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallam in the months of the Hijjah, in the Eid Adha, you can slaughter an animal start from the after Salatul Eid, Eid's prayer, until Asr time or Asr Salah of the 3rd days of Tashriq, the days that people used to put the meat in the sun for cooking, Ayyam al-Tashriq. So this is the Udhiyah. Hadi. Hadi is also sacrificed animal. But why? This is happen if you do Hajj combined with Umrah, either together without break. What's the name of this type of Hajj? If you have Hajj and Umrah in one travel without breaking the Ihram, we combine Qiran or combination. In this case, you need to have Hadi, sacrifice animal. Also, if you combine Hajj and Umrah in one travel, but you break your Ihram in between, also you need to have Hadi, sacrifice animal, and you call this type Tamattu. But if you do only Hajj, no Hajj. Only Hajj, no Hajj. So you now understand the Hadi and the Aqiqah, the Udhiyah, and the Walima, and then we have the Nusuk, or the Dam, or the blood. If you break any rules of Ihram, you need to slaughter an animal. It's called Nusuk, or Dam, blood. So once you, Prophet Muhammad sallam, as I said, he brings the animal with him. And because of that, his Hajj is Qiran, combination of Hajj and Umrah without taking the Ihram. And the Sahaba with him didn't bring with them the Hadi, the animal. And because of that, they did Tamattu. They made Umrah first, and then they break the Umrah, and then they wait until the Hajj. So, and Ali ibn Abi Talib on this time was traveled from Al-Yaman to Prophet Muhammad sallam, and he bring also the rest of 100 animals, because Prophet sallam slaughtered on this Hajj 100 camels, 63 by himself and 37 by Ali ibn Abi Talib. And Ali ibn Abi Talib came from Yemen with some animals as well, and he asked Ali, what you did when you start your Ihram, what did you say? And he said, my Ihram is like the Ihram of the Prophet. And he didn't specify, he didn't know what Prophet will do. And he's smart and said, I will follow Prophet whatever he do. And he said, my Ihram or my condition or my types of Hajj is like the Hajj of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. And in this case, he do the same like Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. On the other side, his wife, Sayyidah Fatima radiallahu anha, he came to her and he saw her break her ihram, and he's very annoyed and very upset. And he returned to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, and he said to her, Fatima, break her ihram, and you still have an ihram. And he said to her, and he said to him, I told her that because she didn't have Hajj, she didn't have animal with her. And what about you, Ali? And he said, I said, my ihram or my type of Hajj is like the Prophet Hajj. And because of that, he continued without taking his ihram. So, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu have a qiran, but most of people who do Hajj do tamattu. And he said, if I return it back before I came here, I would make it Umrah and then Hajj. Means do tamattu. So Prophet Muhammad sallam wishing is to do tamattu, but because he brings the animal with him, he make it qiran. So that means that the scholar said the best type of the Hajj, because Muhammad Sallam was hoping to do that, and always Sayyidina Muhammad Sallam hoped the best. So when you want to select type of ihram of the Hajj, select the tamattu, and we explain most of the rules will explained according to tamattu, because most of the people do tamattu or combine Hajj and Umrah in one travel by taking the ihram after Umrah. Okay, طيب. Then
in today's modern world, I think that the rules are coming from Australia, the stuff, but I did in 2000. So we did
tamattu, yeah, tamattu. You start from here, going to wherever Medina, or if you go to Medina, you start your ihram from the place he called Abyar Ali or Dhul Hulayfa, and then you go to Mecca doing the Umrah, and then you break your Umrah, wear normal clothes, and wait until the 8th of Dhul Hijjah to start the Hajj. Most of the people traveling outside Saudi Arabia going with tamattu. But if you are inside Saudi Arabia, most of the people doing either Hajj alone or Qiran, which is very hard to be honest, to have a long time having ihram, because we will see the condition of ihram. It's not easy. So Prophet Muhammad Sallam, one of his sunnah after taking shower, putting perfume, except which type of perfume? Saffron, الزعفران, and also put some wax to combine his hair, and then praying to rak'ah, and then before he wear the ihram, he say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, and then he start talbiyah. Talbiyah is the initiation of the ihram. You initiate the ihram by saying talbiyah. Once you said the ihram, you say talbiyah, that means you are in ihram. The condition will be applied since you start labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Labbaik Allahumma Hajj. Oh Allah, here I am for Hajj. Once you said that, you are in ihram condition. But let us see what is the ihram condition. The ihram is make the intention to perform Hajj and Umrah while specified clothes for men and avoiding certain prohibition for both men and women. What is permitted during the state of ihram? You can take shower, but be careful, don't use any perfume oil or perfume shampoo as much as you can. You can change your ihram. Also, you can brush your teeth with this wag, do mouthwash, combing hair. What is the prohibition? No regular clothes is for men only. For women, wearing normal clothes, normal hijab, no specific color. But if she wearing niqab, it is not allowed during the ihram to wear the niqab. If she walk through a foreign man, in this case she put like a curtain or a piece of clothes in the front of her, not tighted, tasdil, just cover without tightening on the face. And also it's not allowed for her to wear a gloves. Okay? No cutting of hair or beard or mustache, no shaving, anything. And also no perfume, no marriage, by the way. You cannot marriage or you cannot engage in ihram. So if you are in ihram, you cannot ask the father of a girl, I want to marry your daughter. It is prohibited to have marriage or express the intention of marriage in Hajj or Umrah. And Maymuna, radiallahu anha, the wife of Prophet ﷺ, the majority of the scholars said he married her after he break his ihram, except Abdullah ibn Abbas. He said he married her in ihram, but the scholar said no, and she also said that he married her while he outside the ihram. So this is the condition. Also, no relation between the wife and husband during this ihram condition. Also, no clipping of nails. Also, you cannot propose marriage for you, yourself, or anyone else. Okay? And also, we said women do not cover face except in the company of strange men. Also, there is no hunting. There is no hunting. Right. Once you wearing the cloth of ihram, and then you say talbiyah, once you said talbiyah, the ihram is started. Talbiyah could be loud, and then you travel to Mecca. If you, after you wearing the ihram, you go to Mecca. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, during his Hajj al-Wada', explained he did once only one Hajj. And how many Umrah? 4, yes. The first one did not complete it on the 6th Hijri, when he saw in his dream that he will enter the Kaaba and Masjid al-Haram, and he prepared himself and the Sahaba, wearing the ihram, bringing the Hajj with him, going to Mecca to do Umrah and Hajj, do Umrah, but the Kuffar stopped him. And then they have agreement of Al-Hudaybiyah to come the next year to do Umrah. And the second year was the 7th, he did Umrah al-Qada, compensation Umrah. And then after the Hunayn battle, he did another Umrah from a place called Al-Ja'rana, the 3rd Umrah. And the 4th one in the last Umrah, the last Hajj, or the first Hajj, or the Hajj, the only Hajj he did on the 10th Hijri, he did Umrah first and then Hajj, but without trekking. So Prophet Muhammad ﷺ traveled on the 25th of Dhul-Qa'dah toward Mecca, and he prayed Dhuhr in the Medina for Rak'ah, and then when he reached Dhul Hulayfa, which is a place of Miqat, he prayed Asr 2 Rak'ah, and then he spent the night, and in the morning he ride the camel Al-Qaswa. Remember the name of the camel, the female camel of Prophet Muhammad, her name Al-Qaswa. And then once he ride this camel, he start talbiyah. He said Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar. Then said Labbaik Allahumma Hajjan wa Umrah. Oh Allah, here I am from Hajj and Umrah. And the people did the same and start talbiyah. And then when he traveled toward Mecca, he entered on the 4th of Dhul Hijjah. So 25th, 26th, 27th, 29th, 28th, these 5 days in Dhul Qa'dah. And we don't know if Dhul Qa'dah was 30 or 29. But anyway, 5 plus 1st of Dhul Hijjah, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 9 days traveling from Mecca to Medina, or from Medina to Mecca. And once he enters the Mecca, one of the Sunnah, he takes ghusl again, shower. So if you arrived to the hotel, before you go to Kaaba, take shower, but still having an ihram. And it is one of the mustahab, it's a recommended thing, you face the Qibla when you say talbiyah. Okay? Talbiyah means labbaik Allahumma labbaik, and saying the intention or the type of Hajj. And by the way, some people here may have a question. We used to say, when you do any kind of ibadah, your intention is silent, means inside your heart. Don't pronounce it by your tongue. But here, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Oh Allah, here I am for Hajj and Umrah. That means he did intention loudly. And how can we answer this point? This is not intention. Talbiyah is not intention. Talbiyah is like a dhikr. Remember for Allah Azza Jalla. So you combine, or you said inside the dhikr, your type of Hajj, but it's not intention. Okay? Intention always silent without pronouncing with the tongue. Yes, it is, because other than that, you need to specify what is your Hajj types. You're doing Qiran, you're going Tamattu', you're doing Ifrad, so you need to say Talbiyah is important. I need to do Talbiyah, and because Talbiyah is the start of Ihram. And if you miss that before you exceed this miqat, you need to compensate that. The Hajj is correct, but you need to compensate by either fasting 3 days or feeding 6 people or slaughter an animal. And we said you can do condition. Said that, oh Allah, my releasing from ihram, from where they stopped, where I stopped. Allahumma mahalli haythu habastani. When you stop me. And then Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, or anyone who traveled there, go to the Kaaba. And as you can see in the slides, the Kaaba had how many corners? 4. The first one, or the most famous one, is the Hajar al-Aswad corner. What's called Al-Hajar al-Aswad corner. And the Hajar al-Aswad is a rock. Some narration which have some weakness in the sanad, but still you can take it as a isti'nas or just to know. It said that this is rock is from the Jannah. It was white, but because of the sins of the people, it became black. So this Hajar al-Aswad in this corner and the corner before الركن اليماني. الركن اليماني. You start your tawaf because the first pillars of Umrah is to do tawaf. And the first pillars of Hajj, after talbiyah of course, or after intention. So have first intention. Intention, you have intention to do Hajj or Umrah. This is in your heart. No need to pronounce it. But talbiyah, you pronounce talbiyah. Then, after intention, you need to do tawaf 7 times around the Kaaba, starting from the Hajar al-Aswad, the black rock or black stone. And if you can see, there is a place called Hijr Ismail in the slide. So after Al-Hajar al-Aswad corner, there is a place called Hijr Ismail. What is the story of Hijr Ismail? On the Jahiliyyah, in the ignorance period, the kuffar wants to renovate the Kaaba. And subhanAllah, although they are disbeliever, but they have akhlaq as well. Because they said, we are not using any haram money, any unlawful money in renovation of the Kaaba. Only pure money. And after time, they have run out of money, halal. And they leave this area without building. So they're supposed to extend the Kaaba to this Hijr Ismail. But they don't have money. They don't have halal money, lawful money. And because of that, you should make tawaf outside this Hijr Ismail. Some people make themselves smart and they found this place very empty, no one there, and try to make shortcuts because they're very busy around Kaaba. But if you did that, the tawaf is invalid because the condition of the tawaf to be outside the Kaaba, not from inside the Kaaba. And Hijr Ismail is part from the Kaaba. So be careful. When you do tawaf, move around the Kaaba, do not enter Hijr Ismail. And you start, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ istalama al-Hajar al-Aswad. What's the meaning of istilam? Istilam from the word salam, greeting. So you greet the Hajar al-Aswad by touching and kissing. And if you are not able to do that, either by your hand touching, or if you have a stick like Prophet Muhammad ﷺ did, you release the stick towards the Hajar and then it will touch the Hajar and then you can kiss the stick. But if you are not able to do that, you just pointed to the Hajar al-Aswad. And look how the Sahaba understood the monotheism, the Tawheed. Umar bin Khattab said, اللهم إني أعلم أنك حجر لا تضر ولا تنفع، ولولا أني رأيت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقبلك ما فعلت ذلك. Oh, he said, I know, he talking to the hajar, the rock. I know you are a rock. You don't have any benefit or harm. And because I saw Prophet Muhammad did that, I follow him. But other than that, I don't believe in you. So this is the meaning of Tawheed, and after Adhan, inshallah, inshallah.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح لا إله إلا الله
So you start your tawaf by making the Kaaba on your left hand side, on the Hajar al-Aswad, the black stone, and you move around the Kaaba 7 times. The first you do what's called Raml. Raml means walking in hurry. Raml. And you do Ittiba'. Ittiba' means that you put the upper dress showing the shoulder, right shoulder. I think you saw this before. I can't show it to you. No, this is not Ittiba'. So you do the first 3 shots. Raml means you walk in hurry. And then the next 4 normal walking, and during the tawaf you need to have wudu. You need to have wudu. If you break your wudu during the tawaf, you can stop your tawaf and then make wudu and then return and build on what you did. So don't start from the beginning. And also during the tawaf, you can read Quran. You can speak with your friend, with your wife, but there is no specific dua. You can see people having like books in a group and making together. This is not from Sunnah. You said what you like. Any type of dua. You can read Quran, you can say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, anything, any type of dua, no specific dua. You do that and be careful, do not enter the Hajar al-Hijr Ismail. As you can see, this Hijr Ismail is very empty, as you can see. So it is not empty it's empty for reason, because it's not allowed. It makes your tawaf invalid. And if you are making tawaf and the salah has been called, pray and then complete your tawaf normally. After you finish the tawaf, you go to pray 2 rak'ah behind what's called Maqam Ibrahim. There's a golden frame here, Maqam Ibrahim. And this, of course, you know that Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Ismail raised the pillars of the Kaaba, and when he reached the top of his hand, he bring a rock and he stand on this rock. This is the rock here, and you can see the marks of the foot of Ibrahim alayhi salam printed on this rock. It's not a grave, it's just the rock that he used to stand on. And the Prophet prayed 2 rak'at behind this maqam, recite Qul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun in first rak'ah and Qul Huwallahu Ahad in the second rak'ah. And then after that, you drink from Zamzam water as much as you can until it be full, and then go to the second pillars of Umrah or Hajj if you're doing Hajj. But for Umrah, the second pillar is Sa'i. And you notice the history that the Hajar ran between the Safa mountain and Marwa mountain 7 times trying to find help for her baby Ismail. And it is a wajib, it's compulsory to do a tawaf. And not necessary to have a wudu. Like tawaf, have a wudu, but it's not necessary to have a wudu. And it's also 7 times, but you start from Safa by saying As-Safa wal Marwa min sha'airillah. Behold, Safa and Marwa are among the symbols of ritual procedure of Allah. So if those who visit the house in the season around. إن الصفا والمروة من شعائر الله فمن حج البيت أو اعتمر فلا جناح عليه أن يطوف بهما. And the south mountain now, as you can see, it's now air conditioned and everything good. So the green line for male only, the sisters walk normal. So you start from Safa to Marwa, Marwa to Safa, and end with Marwa, you have 7 shots.